Welcome back to the Cowboys fans. We're diving into everything from the now completed Dallas Cowboys minicamp news, updates, takeaways, surprises, and concerns. If you're hoping for a deep dive into full-on winners and losers from minicamp, we can absolutely get into that in tomorrow's video. But I need to hear from you. Type me in the comment section right now if that's what you're after. But for now, let's start with what has the fan base holding its breath: the Trevon Diggs situation. Diggs recently told reporters like Clarence Hill and Kevin Watkins that his target is to be back on the field in time for Week 1 of the NFL regular season. And look, I respect the determination. I respect setting that kind of benchmark. It shows he wants to compete, and badly. But let's not sugarcoat this. I'm not convinced that timeline is realistic. That goal hasn't lined up with what we've heard from the Cowboys' own medical staff since the injury occurred. Even going back a couple of months, there's been no clear-cut path to an early return. And to be clear, this isn't just your standard ACL tear recovery. Diggs underwent what's known as a chondral tissue graft, which is a significantly more complex procedure. It's not just a ligament repair, it's actually replacing damaged cartilage in the joint. That kind of operation brings a far more uncertain timetable for return. It's difficult to even compare his recovery to most knee injuries because it's just not the same. Add to that the ongoing tension between Diggs and the Cowboys medical team. There's been some finger-pointing, some blame going around, and we find ourselves in a truly murky situation. At this point, Cowboys fans should probably view Diggs' return as a bonus if it happens this year at all. It would be amazing if he's back in Week 1 and looking like his old self, but realistically, that feels like a reach. The Cowboys can't afford to build their defensive plan around the assumption that he'll be available on Day 1 or even Week 5. That's a dangerous gamble. If you do that and then suffer another injury elsewhere in the secondary, now you're in deep, deep trouble. This is why I've expressed concern over this secondary. It's talented, but thin. There's just too much uncertainty surrounding its top guys. So I'll toss the question back to you. Do you honestly believe Trevon Diggs plays in Week 1? My gut says no, but I would love to be proven wrong. Drop a Y for yes or an N for no in the comments, and let's get the conversation rolling. Now, let's move from recovery to raw potential because the Joe Milton experience is fully underway. And let me just say, it's been fascinating. There are ups and downs, sure, but overall, it's been more promising than problematic. Yes, his accuracy can be scattershot. He'll throw some passes that just aren't close. Yes, he holds onto the ball a bit too long at times, inviting imaginary sacks. But then he'll rip off a laser that reminds you why he was a big-time prospect in the first place. Minicamp is tailor-made for a player like Milton to shine. There's no tackling, no real pressure, and no contact. The quarterbacks are protected, and the environment is built for athletes with physical tools to look great. And that's Joe Milton to a T. In this type of setting, he's able to let the arm loose, test reads, and showcase his athleticism. When the pads come on, we'll get a better picture, but for now, he's generating excitement, and I'm here for it. Of course, Dak Prescott remains the unquestioned Q-bone, and he's looked sharp as expected. We're seeing single-sleeve Dak, which has become a bit of a vibe unto itself. He's got the right sleeve rolled way up, and maybe it's just psychological, but it feels like look good, feel good, play good applies here. He's been clean, decisive, and in rhythm, taking the bulk of the first-team reps. While technically not yet cleared for contact, that doesn't matter much right now. Quarterbacks don't get hit in June, and they're barely touched in training camp. What matters is that he's moving well, throwing confidently, and showing no signs of lingering issues. Ignore the crazy 8-month recovery rumors floating out there. That's just noise. Will Grier is running with the threes, and while the depth chart hasn't changed drastically, the QB room overall feels more intriguing than last year's. So how would you grade the Cowboys quarterback room right now? A, G, B, C, D, or F? Let me know your letter grade down below. There's potential here, but consistency will define whether this group is a strength or just a storyline. Let's shift to a name. We always enjoy discussing Cavontai Turpin. Just like last year, he's getting some work in the backfield. He even took an outside zone carry during drills, and that versatility is being emphasized more than ever. Coach Schottenheimer noted in his presser that several players are cross-training right now Turpin in the backfield, Deuce Vaughn working with the receivers, Hunter Lupke juggling fullback, running back, and tight end reps. This is all part of the fight for back-end roster spots. You have to do more than one thing, and you definitely need to contribute on special teams. Turpin isn't going to become some 10-carry-a-game back, but in a gadget role? Absolutely. He had 16 carries for 92 yards last year, and while his frame isn't built for physical inside running, you can absolutely build in some jet sweeps or screenplays. The frustrating part is that the Cowboys experimented with this in training camp last year and then left it buried in the playbook for most of the regular season. Now, while we're talking about the backfield, let's address the running back rotation coming out of minicamp. Shout out to Nick Harris for the notes here. Schottenheimer reminded everyone this is June, and there's no contact, so take RB evaluations with a grain of salt. But that doesn't mean we can't observe trends. Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders have both seen time with the first-team offense and flashed at different points. These two veterans appear to have the inside track for the lead role, at least as of now. But rotation has been consistent. Each of them has also mixed in with the twos, while the other gets first-team work. Down the depth chart, Jaden Blue and Phil Maffa have mostly been with the threes, though Blue's gotten some second-team reps as well as special teams work. I think Blue is a lock to make this roster. He wasn't a lead back at Texas, so don't expect that role here, but if he can pop a few big plays early in his career and become a reliable change of pace weapon, that's a win for a fifth-rounder. Deuce Vaughn, meanwhile, is in a tough spot. He's gotten a good amount of second-team reps, but he may not crack the 53. You've got Williams, Sanders, Blue, and Hunter Lupke all ahead of him, and Lupke's special teams value makes him essential. So, here's a question for you. Who do you think finishes the season with the most carries for Dallas? Not yards, carries. Type JW for Javonte Williams, MS for Miles Sanders, JB for Jaden Blue, or O for other. Let's close with some quick hitter takeaways, starting with linebacker Maurice LaFou. While Kenneth Murray and Jack Sanborn have seen the most time with the first-team nickel packages, LaFou has made noise with pressure plays in base defensive looks. That's something to monitor because DeMarvion Overshown won't be available early in the year. Murray's wearing the green dot, running weak side duties. Sanborn is in the middle, though he can play all three spots. Early signs point to them being the preferred duo, but there's still time and reps for someone like LaFou to make his case. And finally, let's give a shout out to Tyler Booker. The Cowboys have done the right thing. No unnecessary rotation, no trying to ease him in. They're just letting him start, and that's the move. Ezra might still rotate in, and Blue could earn his way into consideration once healthy, but Booker is clearly being treated as the day one right guard. The O-line configuration right now? Tyron Smith, Tyler Smith, Biadasz, Booker, and Terrence Steele. That's your starting five, and the sooner you let them build chemistry, the better. We've got more Cowboys content coming all off-season. Yes, we're about to enter the NFL's dead period, but you never know when a signing or surprise workout will hit. Stay in the loop by subscribing right now at youtube.com/cowboysdev, and don't miss the minicamp winners and losers episode coming up next. And oh yeah, if you're looking for a last-minute Father's Day gift, Cowboys jerseys, including the new ones like George Pickens, are on sale now at chatsports.com/jersey. Hit the link in the comments or description, grab your favorite player, and rep the boys in style.